job, building stronger relationships, or just feeling at peace? Isn't the world out there, but the silent enemy within you? Picture this. You're on the cusp of a breakthrough, but something pulls you back. You procrastinate on that big project, snap at someone you love, or talk yourself out of taking a bold step. Sound familiar? That's self-sabotage, a sneaky habit that creeps into your life, derailing your goals and dimming your shine. But here's the game changer. What if you could spot these hidden triggers and break free, turning your inner critic into your greatest ally? Today, we're diving into 10 subtle triggers of self-sabotage that might be quietly running your life, paired with practical psychology-backed strategies to rewrite the script. This isn't just about fixing yourself. It's about unleashing the version of you that's fearless, focused, and unstoppable. If you're ready to ditch the patterns holding you back, smash that subscribe button, share this with someone who needs a wake-up call, and stick with me. By the end, you'll have a roadmap to outsmart self-sabotage and live the life you deserve. Let's unravel this. Don't skip a second, because this is going to hit deep. Life's tough enough without being your own worst enemy, right? One day, you're pumped, planning a side hustle, hitting the gym, or patching things up with a friend. The next, you're scrolling Instagram for hours, ghosting your goals, or beating yourself up over a tiny mistake. In the U.S., we're wired to chase success. Hustle hard, look perfect, win big. But here's the catch. Self-sabotage doesn't always look like a dramatic meltdown. It's the quiet choices, skipping that workout, avoiding that tough convo, or doubting your worth, that stack up, keeping you stuck. Psychologists like Carl Jung and modern researchers have studied this, showing self-sabotage often stems from unconscious triggers rooted in fear, habits, or old wounds. The good news? You can spot these traps and break free, not with willpower alone, but with awareness and action. Curious? Let's explore 10 hidden triggers of self-sabotage and how to flip them into fuel for growth, inspired by psychology and real-world strategies. First, fear of failure. Ever avoid starting something? A business, a hobby, a relationship? Because you're terrified of bombing? That's fear of failure whispering. Why try if you might crash? It's paralyzing, making you procrastinate or quit before you begin. Jung said, "The greatest harm comes from the silent majority that submits." Your fear isn't protecting you, it's caging you. Here's how to break it. Reframe failure as feedback. Next time you hesitate, say on a job application, ask, "What's the worst that happens?" Rejection. You learn. Studies show reframing failure boosts persistence by 20%. Take one small step. Send that email. Make that call. Celebrate the try, not just the win. Try this. For 1 week, do one thing daily that scares you. A pitch, a workout, a tough talk. Write down what you learned. Fear loses its grip when you act through it. Second, perfectionism. Ever delay a task because it's not just right? Perfectionism isn't about excellence. It's self-sabotage dressed up as high standards. You tweak that presentation endlessly, or don't post that video because it's not flawless. Psychologist Carol Dweck says perfectionism stems from a fixed mindset. Fearing mistakes define you. Flip it. Embrace good enough. Set a timer. 30 minutes to draft an email, an hour to edit a post. Then ship it. Studies show done is better than perfect mindsets cut procrastination by 25%. Aristotle, a nod to ancient wisdom, said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Progress, not perfection, builds mastery. Try this. Pick one task you're overthinking and finish it imperfectly today. Note how it feels to move on. Perfectionism, it's a trap. Progress, it's freedom. Third, negative self-talk. That inner voice saying you're not smart enough, you'll never succeed, or why even try? It's like a toxic roommate in your head, chipping away at your confidence. Jung called this the shadow. Unacknowledged fears projecting inward. Negative self-talk fuels self-sabotage. By making you doubt your worth, counter it. Challenge the voice. Next time you hear, "I'm a failure," ask, "Is that true? What's one thing I've done well?" Write 3 wins, big or small, like finishing a task or helping a friend. Studies show positive self-talk boosts performance by 15%. Try this. For a day, catch every negative thought and flip it to a fact-based positive. "I'm bad at this" becomes, "I'm learning this." Your inner critic. It's loud, not right. Your truth. It's stronger. Fourth, people-pleasing. Ever say yes to something, a favor, a project, when you wanted to scream no? People-pleasing sacrifices your goals to keep others happy, leaving you drained and resentful. It's self-sabotage rooted in fear of rejection. Psychotherapist Alfred Adler said, "To be human means to feel inferior, but chasing approval buries your needs. Break free. Set boundaries." Next time you're tempted to overcommit, say to a coworker's last-minute ask, pause. Ask, "Does this align with my priorities? If not, I can't right now, but let's find another way." Studies show boundary setting cuts stress by 20%. Try this. Say no to one low-value request this week and redirect that energy to your goals. People-pleasing. It's a losing game. Your time. It's yours. Fifth, comparison traps. Ever scroll social media and feel like everyone's winning except you? Their perfect vacation, shiny job, or effortless life makes you feel less than. So you shrink back, avoiding your own path. Theodore Roosevelt called comparison the thief of joy, and research shows it spikes self-doubt by 30%. Fueling self-sabotage. Escape it. Focus inward. Next time you're jealous, say of a friend's promotion. List 3 things you're proud of in your life. Maybe it's your grit, your family, or a skill you've built. Dweck's growth mindset says your journey isn't theirs. Try this. For one day, mute social media and journal what makes you unique. Comparison? It's a distraction. Your path? It's enough. Sixth, procrastination. Ever put off a task? Taxes, a workout, a tough email, until it's a crisis. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's self-sabotage tied to fear of discomfort or failure. Psychologist Timothy Heichel says procrastination is an emotion regulation problem, where you dodge stress now but pay later. Beat it. Use the 2-minute rule. Start any task with just 2 minutes. Write 1 sentence, do 1 push-up, open the email. Momentum kicks in. Studies show micro-actions cut procrastination by 40%. Seneca, a Stoic, said, "While we waste our time hesitating, life hurries on." Try this. Pick 1 stalled task. Do 2 minutes today, and track how it snowballs. Procrastination? It's a delay. Action? It's power. Seventh, overthinking. Ever replay a convo, stressing over what you should have said, or obsess over a decision until you're paralyzed? Overthinking traps you in a mental loop, stalling progress. Jung said, "Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge." Overthinking is self-sabotage masquerading as caution. Cut through, decide, and act. Next time you're stuck, say choosing a career move. Set a 10-minute timer to weigh pros and cons, then pick. Studies show time-bound decisions reduce anxiety by 15%. Epictetus, another Stoic, said, "You become what you give your attention to." Try this. For one day, limit any decision to 10 minutes, then move. Overthinking? It's a maze. Action? It's the exit. Eighth, seeking instant gratification. Ever choose a quick dopamine hit? binge-watching junk food, impulse buys, over long-term gains like studying or saving. Chasing instant gratification undermines your bigger goals. Adler said, "The greatest danger is the temptation to sacrifice what you want most for what you want now. Rewire it. Delay a gratification. Next time you crave a shortcut, say scrolling instead of working. Set a 10-minute wait. Use that time to start your task." Studies show delayed gratification boosts goal attainment by 25%. Try this. For a week, swap one instant hit, like social media, for one goal-focused act, like reading. Instant gratification, it's fleeting. Discipline, it's lasting. 9th, holding on to grudges. Ever cling to anger over a betrayal or slight, replaying it like a bad movie? Grudges don't hurt the other person. They sabotage you, stealing energy and peace. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life." Unresolved resentment festers. Blocking growth. Let go. Practice forgiveness. Not for them, for you. Next time you're bitter, say over a friend's lie. Write what happened, how it hurt, and one way to release it. Like a calm talk, or letting it fade. Studies show forgiveness cuts emotional stress by 20%. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Try this. Forgive one grudge this week, even silently. Grudges, they're chains. Freedom, it's yours. 10th, ignoring self-care. Ever skip sleep, meals, or downtime to get ahead, only to crash? Neglecting self-care, physical, mental, emotional, is self-sabotage disguised as hustle. You can't pour from an empty cup. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose. Fill up. Prioritize one self-care act daily, 8 hours of sleep, a healthy meal, 10 minutes of meditation." Studies show consistent self-care boosts productivity by 15%. Seneca said, "You must live for yourself before you can live for others." Try this. For one day, schedule one non-negotiable self-care moment and guard it fiercely. Neglect, it's sabotage. Care, it's strength. So, what's the big picture? Self-sabotage isn't a life sentence. It's a habit you can break. These 10 triggers: fear of failure, perfectionism, negative self-talk, people-pleasing, comparison, procrastination, overthinking, instant gratification, grudges, and ignoring self-care, are like invisible chains. But awareness is your key. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life." Spot these patterns, act against them, and you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're not your mistakes or your fears. You're your choices, your growth, your courage. Let's make it real, because knowing isn't enough. Doing is. First, pick one trigger that hits home. Maybe it's procrastination or negative self-talk. Write it down. Second, choose one strategy, like the 2-minute rule or challenging your inner critic, and commit to it for 7 days. Track your wins. Studies show habit building takes small, consistent steps. Third, reflect nightly. Did I sabotage myself today? How can I pivot tomorrow? Epictetus journal to stay sharp. It's like a mental gym. Fourth, build a support circle. Share your goal with a friend who gets it. They'll keep you accountable. Research shows social support boosts success by 20%. Finally, celebrate progress, not perfection. Every step past a trigger is a victory. You're not just fighting self-sabotage. You're sculpting a life that's yours. Here's the deeper truth. Self-sabotage often comes from protecting yourself. Fear shields you from pain. Perfectionism from criticism. Grudges from vulnerability. But those shields are heavy, and they're keeping you small. Breaking free isn't about being flawless. It's about being brave. In the U.S., where hustle is king, it's easy to think pushing harder is the answer. It's not. Pausing, reflecting, and choosing differently. That's the real flex. Every trigger you conquer is a step toward a life where you're not just chasing goals, but living them. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." That's your mission. Not to outrun self-sabotage, but to outgrow it. Take a moment, right now. What's one way you've sabotaged yourself lately? Pick one trigger from this list and one action to counter it today. Share it in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. If this lit a spark, like it, share it, and check our playlist for more tools to unlock your potential. This is the Paradox Point, where we don't just face our flaws, we forge our futures. You're not your sabotage, you're your strength. Keep rising, keep choosing, and let's do this together.